What's up, y'all? Welcome to another primetime edition of that show of shows that must see TV on YT. Pigskin, Facts, History, and News. I am your host of hosts, Mr. Fred. Welcome once again. It's week 15 of the NFL season. I hope you've had a great week going into the weekend. Looking forward to this game. Going to do a preview of the Redskins-Eagles. Not going to be too long today. And I tell you, it has been a year of misery for the Redskins. It's been a year of misery. And the lady with the sledgehammer, she's been knocking at this helmet all year. She's been knocking down this helmet all year. So we have 3 division games left against the Eagles, against the Cowboys, and against the Giants. And we could either win all 3 and finish the year up strong, or we could let these teams beat us and put us out of our misery and get a high draft pick. There's been a lot of highs and lows this year. Some disappointments. I would say Josh Norman is not even playing now. He's been benched. His playing has regressed. The first year he came, he was a playmaker. He was causing fumbles. He was getting INTs, passes defense. I mean, he was doing it all. But since that first year when he came here, his play has regressed, and he's done nothing since but been on Dancing with the Stars and jumping over bulls, but can't quite cover grandma in a wheelchair. What's up with that? Disappointment. Jeremy Sprinkle, great blocking tight end, but he can't seem to hang on to some passes. And that's been a disappointment because Jordan Reed, concussion protocol, gone for the year. Vernon Davis, injured reserve, gone for the year. So he was a rookie last year that did well, and if there was somebody that we needed to do well in year number 2 was Jeremy Sprinkle. Disappointment. The coaching, Jay Gruden, just horrible. Didn't really want our rookie quarterback to play. Didn't even give him reps as far as first team. Threw him in the fire against the Giants and the Vikings this year, and it was a total disaster. And he was 0-5, and then he was given the axe. Disappointment. Bright spots. Who would have ever have known Eric Flowers, who was drafted by the New York Giants, then left for New York to Jacksonville, didn't do very well in both places, came here under the tutelage and the coaching of Bill Callahan, and he's been one of the brightest spots on the team. He's been considered this year the best offensive lineman that we have. Bright spot. Another bright spot for the Redskins. Rookie wide receivers. Terry McLaurin, hands down, MVP, if there was one for the team. 46 receptions, 703 yards, 6 touchdowns. Having a glorious year. Phenomenal. Speedy receiver, 4.3 speed. Can run routes. Has very good hands, catching the ball. He's the total package. Kelvin Harmon, the 5th rounder or 6th rounder, I believe, out of NC State, wide receiver. Started off slow, but now starting to show what he can do. He's coming along more and more now, building a repertoire with quarterback Dwayne Haskins, and he's been a bright spot. Kick returner Steven Sims, another bright spot. Had a 91-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against the Detroit Lions. Had a 67-yard handoff run against the New England Patriots. The guy's explosive. He started in place of Trey Quinn last week at wide receiver. Caught 4 or 5 balls in the game. Excellent. Excellent creating separation. He's a speedster himself, very, very fast, creates separation, and caught 4 receptions last week in his first start at wide receiver. Kudos, Steven Sims Jr. Hail to the Redskins. So, Cole Holcomb, defense, bright spot. I believe he's second in the team in tackles, and he has a sack and a fumble recovery. So, the 4th rounder out of NC State, a tackling machine. Kind of reminds me of a Luke Kuechly. Excellent. Slowly but surely, the maturation of Dwayne Haskins is starting to come to fruition. Every week, he hasn't had a standout game yet, or a wonderful game, or a great game, but every week he's getting better and better, little by little. The slow maturation process of our rookie quarterback that was drafted in the 1st round, 15th pick. He's starting to come around. Okay. The Redskins lead the all-time series. The Philadelphia Eagles, 86-79-6. Philadelphia has won the last 5 meetings, dating back to 2016. In week 1, in the season opener, Philly came back from 17 down and won 32-27. Eagles running back Jordan Howard has missed the past several weeks with a shoulder injury. It's uncertain if he'll play this week. He's been a powerful complement to rookie running back Miles Sanders, who has excelled as a receiving back. Since Howard has been out, Philly's rushing attack has suffered. Defensive tackle Malik Jackson, who was brought over from Jacksonville Jaguars, who is expected to fortify and build up the Eagles' defensive front, suffered a season-ending Lisfranc injury. So he is gone for the year. And that might be good news for us, because he played that first game, and he was a detriment to us on that defensive line. Okay, the Redskins will be without 2 key players, and linebacker Ryan Kerrigan and running back Darius Geis on Sunday. Kerrigan suffered a calf injury last week against Green Bay. He had just come back from the game before when he was out with a concussion. And he will miss his second game in the past 3 weeks. And he's been placed on injured reserve after starting 139 consecutive games. Salute to you, Ryan. Paul Richardson and Trey Quinn both were out with injuries last week, so they started 3 rookies at wide receiver. Of course, Terry McLaurin, Kelvin Harmon, and Steven Sims Jr., who have done very, very, very well, by the way. And that young core of players and nucleus, along with Dwayne Haskins, and though Darius Geis got hurt, he was another one. The young nucleus of players is going to be very dangerous for the Redskins in years to come. They're just starting out, and they're going to get better and better and better. Washington Redskins are hoping to avoid their 6th straight loss to the Eagles. The game will be played at FedEx Field Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Eagles receivers are battling injuries. They have a lot of injuries in the receiving core on the Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey had a foot injury Monday night against the Giants, and he's out for the season. Nelson Aguilar is also injured. He's doubtful for Sunday's game. They have some serious issues at wide receiver for the moment, so that might be, we could use that to our advantage on Sunday. Adrian Peterson is chasing history. Peterson scored his 109th career rushing touchdown against the Green Bay Packers, leaving him 1 shy from tying the late, great Walter Payton for 4th all-time in rushing touchdowns. AP scored a TD against the Eagles in a game opener, and I believe he'll have another one Sunday. All right, before we go to our intriguing matchups and our weekly score prediction, let's take a timeout. This segment is brought to you by Biopermagenese number 2 boost. Let's call it Mr. Happy Booster. Mr. Happy Booster. If he needs a pick-me-up, take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. You know what I like. You know what I... Oh, you're not supposed to see that. Biopermagenese, Mr. Happy Booster. Not only you guys, but he will be happy you took it. All right. Back to business. Sunday's matchup against the Eagles. The Redskins played the Eagles the first week of the season. Case Keenum was the starting quarterback at that time. And the Redskins came out and they surprised the Eagles. They jumped out to a 17-0 lead early. The Eagles scored late, right before halftime. And the second half, they continued that momentum and completely turned the game around. And they ended up beating the Redskins 32-27. There's been a lot of games played since then. There's been a lot that's happened since then. There's been a lot that's changed since then. Case Keenum is no longer the starting quarterback. Rookie quarterback Dwayne Haskins has now taken over the keys to the offense and taken over the reins. The Redskins actually are after that first game, they pretty much regressed offensively and defensively. They're last in the league in a lot of offensive categories. Defensively, they've actually improved. And defensively, they're actually playing the way now that we expected at the beginning of the season. The only thing is right now on defense is they're getting off to slow starts. They're fine-tuning things and tightening up after the slow start, but they have yet to play a complete game. Great game on offense, defense, and special teams. That is yet to be seen this year. But those things will be coming to fruition because I see a lot of good things. I can easily sit here and criticize and focus on the negative because the offensive line stinks. At times, the Redskins' run defense stinks. There were even times that the Redskins' defensive front stinks like a dirty diaper. But there have been some improvements that I've seen in the defensive front. Like they've been putting pressure on the quarterbacks the last 3 weeks, like 900. I mean, they've been coming like George Foreman haymakers, just popping you in your grill, just bang, just sticking you like Tyson. Bow! I mean, they've been coming at the quarterback like 900. They have 17 sacks in their last 3 games. About 4 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries. I mean, the defense is playing phenomenal. They were like in the late 20s, rank-wise, 28th, 29th. Excuse me. But now they're like 18th overall. So statistically, they've gotten better and better. They're number 11 against the pass. Against the run, not so well. But they can fix that. They can tweak it. The Eagles really don't have a run threat. Jordan Howard is out, like I said, with an injury. So they just need to play it by ear and continue doing what they're doing. Carson Wentz is not going to have a whole lot of weapons like he had in the first game Um, D-Jax, Deshaun Jackson, will not be available for this game. He played in that first game and he torched the Redskins twice. He will not be in this game. The Redskins normally against Carson Wentz do not do very well. He's pretty much had our number. He gets in the pocket. He eludes this. He eludes the pressure. He escapes, and he just picks us apart. I mean, he's burned us time and time again. Well, I believe this Sunday that's going to stop. And the Eagles are not looking very good right now. Yes, they won Monday night against the Giants, 21-17. But they're not playing very well right now, and they're vulnerable. So we have a great chance of pulling off the upset. So it's been a horror show this year for us. I mean, hey, Bela Lugosi. It's been scary. It's scary. This kind of face. It's been this kind of face. And if I had to say what our fan base looks like from a visual point of perspective, as far as a facial expression, it would be Bela Lugosi. It would be Bela Lugosi. That's a horror flick type visage type face. It's been that kind of year. But there have been bright spots. Like I said, I mentioned different bright spots. The young receiving core we have: Calvin Harmon, Steven Sims Jr., Terry McLaurin, quarterback Dwayne Haskins. He's coming along. Darius Geis, before he got hurt again, was running well, was running hard, was breaking off big plays, was scoring touchdowns. He's a home run hitter. We just got to find a way to keep him healthy. So with that said, let's look at the matchups. Intriguing matchups. Tressway. Punter Tressway against punter Cameron Johnston. I have never done an intriguing matchup on the punters, but this one is very interesting. The punters from each team: Tressway from the Redskins, Cameron Johnston from the Eagles. Both teams don't want to use their punters much, of course. They rather score points and kick off. But when they're used, they're in good hands. Both punters, Johnston and Way, are in the top 10 in the NFL in net average per punt, often flipping field position and giving their defenses the advantage. Tressway is definitely a perennial all-pro player for us. He did it last year. He didn't get elected to the Pro Bowl, and I think they need to elect him this year. I think last year he had the most punts inside the 20-yard line, nailing opponents. So he is a weapon for us on special teams. Another intriguing matchup: safety Landon Collins against tight end Zach Ertz. So many injuries at the wide receiver position, like I said, for the Eagles. Carson Wentz doesn't have a lot of weapons. Tight end Zach Ertz happens to be one of them that did not get injured. He's a Pro Bowler, and he's going to go to his man. He's going to go to him. He's a great go-to guy. He's going to go to him, I'm sure. Ertz is coming off a 9-reception, 91-yard performance, 2 touchdowns against the Giants. They beat the Giants 21-17 Monday night. And the Redskins' heavy hitter, who brings it, safety Landon Collins, will most likely match up with Ertz and will look to limit and shut down Zach Ertz come Sunday. So we're going to see. Another intriguing matchup: the Redskins wide receivers against the Eagles secondary. Started to sound like Elmer Fudd. This is really relaxing. Let's go to the next segment. This is really a lot of rest and relaxation for me. Okay. So Eagles wide receivers against the Eagles secondary. Washington's youthful wideouts. They have an opportunity to exploit and explode. Explode, blow up the Philly defensive backs, the DBs, which have been victims to the big play over the past several weeks. Terry McLaurin burned the Eagles, and he burned the Eagles into fried Philly wings, DC style, in the first game of the year. You remember that bomb from Keenum to Scary Terry, the 69, or touchdown Terry, the 69-yard bomb, touchdown reception. He turned the Eagles into fried Philly wings, DC style. And we need to have some more of those come Sunday. Redskin fans, go to the game. Don't let the Eagles fans outnumber our fans in our own stadium. That's not only ridiculous, but it's embarrassing and it's sad. Go pay your measly little $4 and go to the game Sunday and support the Skins. Don't let the Eagles fans outnumber our fans in our own stadium. That's ridiculous. Redskins defensive line against the Eagles offensive line. Lane Johnson will not be playing for the Eagles. That's great news because our Ryan Kerrigan is not playing. So that balances that off. Facing off against Wentz once again, who has burned us in times past. The key to stopping him will be constant pressure. And lately, our defense, we're going to have to pressure him constantly and force him to make mistakes and make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket. And bow! Hit him right in the mouth. Time and time again. Bow! 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 We've got to hit Carson Wentz in the mouth repeatedly. So it'll be a long day for him. Make him feel uncomfortable in the pocket. Hit him, nail him, pop him, stick him. Make him not even want to scramble and run the ball. The Redskins defense has played very well the last few weeks and has collected 17 sacks, like I said, 4 interceptions, 3 fumbles. They're on a rampage, folks. Eagles, look out Sunday. This is not the same team you faced in week 1. Matt Ioannidis, he leads the way for us, our interior defensive tackle, for 8.5 sacks. He's got 55 tackles. See, I believe he's on his way to the Pro Bowl. He's one of 2 leaders in the defensive interior that has 8 or more sacks. It's phenomenal. It could be a long day for the Eagles. So, with that said, I'm going to end the segment, and I'm going to predict that the Redskins will win this game. We will win this game, and the final score, my prediction will be Redskins 17, Eagles 13. Carson Wentz will go 17 out of 28, 202 yards, 2 interceptions, and 1 touchdown. We'll hold the Eagles rushing game to under 60 yards. So we'll hold the Eagles to about 280 yards of offense. Dwayne Haskins, my prediction, he'll go 18 of 26 for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Adrian Peterson, he'll run the ball 22 times, and he'll eclipse the century mark. He'll get 118 yards on 22 carries and 1 touchdown. That's my prediction. So the final score of my prediction will be Redskins 17, Eagles 13. I am going to end this segment. Hell Nation, Skins Nation will rise again. Hail to the Redskins. I shout out peace to all my Redskin brethren, sisterin. I send an extra special shout out to my dad that's in hospital recovering, Mr. Fred Sr. Give a big shout out to Miss Anna. She's like a second mother to me. Kudos to you. Get well, Pop. Get well soon. Return home. Love you. Skins Nation, I love you. Like I said, we will rise again. Hail to the Redskins. And this is your host of hosts. I am Mr. Fred. Have a great weekend enjoy the game. Eat some fried Philly wings, DC style. We'll see you guys Monday on the next segment. Have a good one. Signing off.